Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. Well, lots going on in the market. We said at the early outside of the week, we said this could be a game-changing week, and it certainly has. We've seen a new high, new weekly high in the Dow, indicating that all our trade triangles are once again positive, plus 100. Strong score, making that turn. This looks like a big sort of base to go higher in the Dow. And as we move on, the other signal we had was, of course, in gold, which is a new weekly. That was yesterday, and that came in at 1,215.05 cents. We're currently trading 1,218. It looks as though it wants to go higher. And we certainly, I would say, if we get a close over the 1,220 level, it'll be a very solid close for this market, and I think we'll see this market go higher. This could be the first indication that inflation is once again creeping into the economy. So let's move on to our next market, Citigroup. This is a new buy today, a monthly buy on Citigroup. Again, I'd like to see this market close towards the highs of the day. The highs of the day so far is 54.73. If we start making new highs closer to the end of the day, then I'd want to be long this stock. It looks like it's another base that's built to move higher over the 50 line. Everything looks positive on this stock, and I still think we can see this market go higher there. Next up we're looking at is ArcelorMittal, and this is a new monthly there, but what I want to show you with this stock is very similar to what we saw in crude oil and several other markets, and that is a double bottom. You've seen, I've shown you this before, pivot point. So you up to here, down to there, and you measure from, let's say here, let's say 9.30 to the highs here. We'll call that 11.30 just to make it easy. So it's $2. So from 11.30 add 2, it gives you 13.30. So not a big move, but certainly percentage-wise is a nice move to look at. So that would be our target zone for this stock. Again, everything is go plus 100, strong trend. It would be a buy. If it pulls back any to, let's say, the original buy point, which is 11.35, I would be a buyer on that. The risk is, of course, going below this point right here. So let's see how that plays out. This is the S&P 500, the cash market. You can see it still hasn't quite broken out like the Dow, but it's still in an uptrend, positive for the longer term monthly. We're just waiting for the weekly to kick in, and that should kick in at 2,126, I believe, this week. So let's watch that very, very carefully. A little bit better picture on the NASDAQ, which took a bit of a beating, but you can see it's sort of made that little turn, and it looks like it wants to go higher. We've taken out those highs there. We've got above the parabolic, which is another positive sign. Plus, you just turned over the 50 line. So again, we're looking for this market to go over 5,120 if it gets there. So another 100. Let's say 5,120. So another little bit more higher than this, and then we'll get this on an uptrend too. So it looks like it wants to challenge the recent highs. This is crude oil. We've looked at this pattern before. I showed you just a little while in that stock that we picked out for you. There's the pattern. There's the breakout. And again, the market's moved up nicely. Maybe we see a little bit more of a consolidation. I can still see this market still going higher. Plus 90, strong trend over the 50 line, looking good in crude oil. On the Eurodollar, we are still bullish on the Eurodollar, which is kind of contrary to what everyone else is saying. We said it could possibly go up to where this pivot point was, and the pivot point we talked about and we keep talking about. And this is a very strong signal you see in formation. There's the double bottom. There's a double pivot point, so you'd measure from here to about there, and I think that takes you up. Let's say 1, that's 2, 4. Let's call that 4.5. So 2, 1, 2, 4.5 would take us. We're getting close to our target zone. I would say around the 115 area. So let's see how that plays out. Okay, that's all we have for today. Watch those two stocks we talked about. Watch the gold market, which we saw make a move. And also today we had the signal in the Dow. So tomorrow's a key day. Friday's the key day. If these markets all close higher, meaning the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500, that could be the game changer for next week. So I'm Adam Hewison for Market Club. Thanks for stopping by. Every success trading today.